The blaze that changed everything. It was one of the driest summers America had ever seen. A summer where the once lush green forests had turned into brittle, crackling tinder. The air was heavy, stifling, carrying a faint but unmistakable smell of smoke. It wasn't just another warm evening. It felt like nature itself was holding its breath, waiting. And then it happened. Near the foothills of California's Sierra Nevada, a group of hikers gathered, mesmerized by the golden hues of the setting sun. Against every posted warning, they lit a small campfire. It was harmless, they thought, just a flicker of warmth to complete the perfect evening. But nature had other plans. A sudden gust of wind, sharp and unforgiving, picked up a single ember from the fire and carried it into the bone-dry brush nearby. In seconds, that ember became a spark. In minutes, it was a flame. And before the hour was out, it had grown into an inferno, a roaring, unstoppable force of destruction. This wasn't just a wildfire. This was the price of years of neglect, a deadly combination of record-breaking heat waves, prolonged droughts, and human carelessness. Climate scientists had warned of this moment, but few had listened. The fire spread with terrifying speed, consuming everything in its path. Entire neighborhoods were evacuated in the dead of night. Families fled their homes with little more than the clothes on their backs. The once vivid blue skies turned an ominous shade of orange. The sun, barely visible through the thick blanket of smoke, hung like a faint, eerie glow in the heavens. It wasn't just the land that burned. Dreams, homes, and habitats, everything was reduced to ash. Wildlife fled in panic, their sanctuary transformed into a death trap. The air became unbreathable, filled with smoke so dense it stung the eyes and seared the lungs. And yet, amidst the destruction, heroes emerged. Firefighters, exhausted but resolute, worked tirelessly, battling flames as high as skyscrapers. Communities opened their doors to evacuees, offering food, shelter, and hope. Neighbors became family, united by the shared tragedy unfolding before their eyes. For weeks, the blaze raged on. It consumed over 1 million acres of land, leaving behind nothing but charred earth and broken lives. When the last ember was finally extinguished, the devastation was unfathomable. Entire towns were gone, their ruins standing as grim reminders of what had been lost. But this fire wasn't just a tragedy. It was a wake-up call. America stood at a crossroads. Leaders began to take action, convening emergency climate talks and pushing for bold reforms. Renewable energy projects gained unprecedented momentum. Schools and communities worked to educate people on the critical importance of fire safety and environmental preservation. And then, slowly but surely, the land began to heal. Amid the blackened landscape, tiny green shoots started to emerge, fragile, yet full of promise. Nature, despite its fury, had shown its resilience, and so had humanity. This fire was more than just a disaster. It was a lesson, a painful, searing reminder of what's at stake if we don't act. But it was also a story of hope, of courage, of the unyielding spirit to rebuild and protect what matters most. In the embers of destruction lies the spark of renewal.